What if I told you there's a player inside of the 2023 draft class that has the versatility to literally play any alignment inside the secondary? Not only is he that type of versatile player, but he's also a special teams contributor. As a matter of fact, 1 year inside of the FCS, this guy almost averaged 37 yards per kickoff return. What if I told you this is likely a deep day 3 pick, if not an undrafted rookie free agent type evaluation? The guy I'm talking about is Jackson State's own Isaiah Bolden, former FSU Seminole, but boy did he shine once he got to Jackson State and started playing. All right, y'all, let's talk about Isaiah Bolden. What's up, Cerebral football fans? My name is Steven Hyder. This is Gate City Sports Channel. So Isaiah Bolden's a really intriguing guy just because, to begin with, the first thing that drew me in personally was the special teams prowess. This guy is a really, really good special teams player. As I said, in 2021, he led all FCS in kickoff returns in terms of the average. I think it was like 36.7 to get technical about it here. The guy had over 500 return yards just this past season, almost 600 to be honest. And I mean, this guy he's got the ability to play as a punt returner. He's definitely a notorious and known kickoff returner. And I know that you could say, like, well, the only thing is that out of the special teams, the specialist, the one that probably gives you the least amount is the kickoff returner, just because in the NFL, most kickoffs end up being kicked out of the end zone anyways. And I hear you. But I will tell you, this young man is athletic enough to play as a punt returner as well. His prowess isn't known there, right? He doesn't have necessarily the same, intrigue per se there because he hasn't done it as much. But the underlying athleticism is there. And I know you can say, like, well, normally kickoff returners are long striders, punt returners are more short area burst players. I 1,000% agree with you guys. I'm just telling you, this dude is athletic enough to do both. This is a really, really good athlete. All right, let's get into some of the measurements here, guys. 6'2", 201 pounds with a 32 3/4 inch arm reach and a 76-inch wingspan. Okay. What's crazy about these measurements is if I told you, oh, this is the player, you probably think to yourself, like, yeah, that sounds like a dude that's probably playing a lot of boundary corner. I think he could definitely play boundary corner in the NFL if you coach him up. However, just to be fair about his alignments, this is the breakdown of his alignments and his snaps. 592 snaps out of the slot. 75 outside as a corner, whether it was boundary or on the field. 36 as a free safety. 46 as a box defender, probably playing strong. And all those 46 snaps, 7 of them came around the line of scrimmage, down on the D-line. This guy is as versatile as it gets as a football player. This guy is as versatile as it's going to get inside of your secondary. He is literally a Swiss Army knife that you can utilize inside your secondary. Can he be a tall slot corner for you? Absolutely. He could play that nickel role inside of your nickel packages for you. Could he be a backup to your boundary corner? Absolutely. He's got the kind of size and the type of length to be disruptive around the line of scrimmage, especially if you got safety help over top of him. Can he play? Does he have the requisite movement skills to be a field corner? I think he's got the vertical speed to do it. However, I will say, as we get into the testing numbers, I do worry about him improving his footwork on the field side. He's got to get a little bit better with the footwork, to be quite honest, because you're going to see a lot more of your mirroring technique played on the field side than you will on your boundary. But with that said, look, he's a great athlete. Let's just go over the numbers and let's talk about the athletic profile here. He had a 4.35 40 with a 1.54 10 split, a 2.59 20 split, a 38-inch vertical, a 129-inch broad jump, and then a 4.63 short shuttle. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is the explosive traits, the explosive testing traits. 10 split, 1.54 10 split. Really good. That's a good number. A 38-inch vertical. That's really, really good. And then a 129-inch broad jump, which is also really, really good. This is a pretty gifted athlete here. We're talking about a pretty explosive athlete. The only thing about his testing that concerns me a little bit is that short shuttle. What they, generally speaking, what they call the 5-10-5 drill. It's the first of the cone drills you normally see conducted and done. When you put up a 4.63 as a corner, I'm going to guess you got some footwork issues. I didn't. To be fair, it's not like I had that in front of me and I can see what he did there. However, I'm going to guess he's taken too many steps. Normally, when you get a guy that's as athletic as this young man is testing like that, it tells me the footwork's not quite there yet. With that said, man, this guy is a really, really gifted athlete. He just is. Let's talk about his production on the season, right? I told you he primarily played as a slot, but has the versatility and the flexibility to play as a post safety, plays a box safety. This young man can definitely, can play your tall nickel, a tall slot corner. Like I said, he can play both outside positions. He had a 74.2 coverage grade. I know grading is subjective. However, while it is a subjective measurement, it is an impartial measurement. He had 4 missed tackles for an 8.7% missed tackle rate. Playing as much as he did as like a nickel corner and then playing in the box, I don't think it's that bad when you factor in he also had 12 stops, 12 defensive stops on top of that. So to me, I like to look at it from, okay, what's your missed tackle rate and what's your missed tackles compared to what's your defensive stops? Like, I can live with you missing some tackles here and there as long as you're showing me that you're having an impact on the game. When you got 12, defensive stops, like you're having an impact on the game. Gave up 28 completions on 55 attempts, which works its way out to like a 50.9% completion rate. 252 yards and gave up 2 touchdowns. His frame became a factor. He had 5 pass breakups, but he didn't secure an interception. And I think that could come by just playing a little bit more zone and being a little bit more off of your defender. And then also, I think playing either over the top or playing, honestly, outside would probably help him a little bit in terms of being able to secure a little bit more ball production, to be quite honest. I do think some of that is the result of playing as a nickel corner, playing inside that slot corner role. I think that has a lot to do with it, guys, to be quite honest. Honestly, Isaiah Bolden intrigues the crap out of me because this is a dude that you can bring in. You know that you have a stable shuffle of players in front of him, right? You have guys like Avonte Maddox in the slot as your slot cornerback. You have a boundary corner in James Bradbury. You have a field corner in Darius Slay. So you got time to get this guy up to speed, okay? Then you got guys that you're already somewhat excited about that are behind them, right? I honestly think that the Eagles are making a huge mistake by not making Zach McPherson take another guy who everyone looks at the 40 time, the full 40, and thinks, like, oh, he's not that great. Bull crap. You need to know the splits of Zach McPherson. That dude is way more athletic than a lot of people understand. He needs to be moved inside. Move him inside as Avonte Maddox's main backup. I don't know how many times this can be said to them. Like, for the love of God, move that man inside. Now, you go outside of there, now you got to your outside corner positions. Like, I know Greedy Williams, there's a lot of injury history there, but he's a talented player. I think you got some answers, especially if you could take a guy like Isaiah Bolden, who could be like a really, really intriguing utility knife to where you get the opportunity to go off of his physical measurements, to go off of his athletic attributes, and then go off of what you think he's the most comfortable at doing, and then working him in. Training him up, coaching him up, getting him ready. That's what intrigues me about Isaiah Bolden. And in the meantime, he can contribute for your special teams. He can be a special teams contributor. He's not a small dude. For a corner, 6'2", 200 pounds, not a small guy, man. This dude's he's got some build to him. Like, he can be an impactful player for you if you can get him up to speed. In terms of the draft evaluation, guys, this is really tough when you deal with these day 3 prospects, especially when you're talking about late day 3 prospects, because it's just difficult to, what separates a 6th round pick from a 7th round pick to, an undrafted rookie free agent, like a priority undrafted rookie free agent. To me, a lot of those picks have to do more so with taking upside picks, just throwing caution to the wind and going after someone with a lot of upside that maybe didn't produce necessarily on the field yet, or you're trying to control the rights to a guy in the 6th and 7th round, right? Like, you don't think that you could convince this guy to come in as an undrafted rookie free agent as a priority one. So you're going to control his rights by drafting him. That's what makes these type of evaluations incredibly difficult. So it's really hard to say, is this guy a 6th round pick, a 7th round pick, a priority undrafted rookie free agent? Your guess is as good as mine, guys. All I know is I know football, I know film, and I know this dude, he's pretty good, man. Like, as one of these guys, it's like a long shot. We're talking about long shots when you're getting to this point in the draft, guys. But as a long shot player, there's some reason to suspect that this dude might beat he might beat the odds. I don't know. Look, this guy participated in the NFL Players Association Bowl, so we saw him square up against FBS competition, and he afforded himself very well there. He was a HBCU Combine invitee, did pretty well there. He played inside of the 2023 HBCU Legacy Bowl. Was the 11th pick in the USFL draft. So, the guy's already going to play professionally somewhere. It's just a matter of can he catch onto an NFL roster. The Memphis Snowboats drafted him. And he's an FCS All-American football player. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Isaiah Bolden? Best way to describe him is he's a defensive back, and he's kind of a Swiss Army knife. I don't know how else to describe it, guys. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all's time and attention, and I'll see you guys on the next video.